We do have a guest in the studio, Bryan Zutenhorst from Envoy Mortgage, joining us here this morning as well. Thanks for being here, Bryan.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from? What have you done this your whole life? What's going on here?
So yeah, I started this in 2001, and stayed with it ever since. And I did take a little break and did a little banking for a while, and actually got into the Department of Corrections for 2 years.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah, right. Thought I'd open that door. But got back in. It's been doing this now again for 12 years.
Are you from Central Iowa?
I am. I grew up in Winterset.
Okay. And I understand you have a little bit of a radio background too.
Yeah, when I was younger, my stepmom worked in radio, and she would have me do commercials or be the child in the commercial but like I told you earlier, I had a lower voice as a
even as a child,
as an adolescent, and I didn't sound 10, so I had to try to sound 10, and it was interesting.
It's funny.
So how do you do that? Just like
I don't want to
Give
relive.
us
I don't want to
an
relive. I
example.
don't want to relive that.
well, I thought I recognized your voice when we first met, Bryan.
So what is the story of Envoy Mortgage?
So Envoy Mortgage, I have been with Envoy Mortgage for 2.5 years. We're the only branch here in Iowa. Brought them here in April of 2022. We're a national lender based out of Houston, Texas, and we pretty much offer anything when it comes to the mortgage side: HELOCs, bridge loans, all sorts of products.
And you know, it is a national company, but you're here locally.
Yep. So I'm a local lender here my office is in Pleasant Hill, and then I am licensed in Minnesota, North Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, and Florida.
Does that mean you can help in multiple states too, if somebody is leaving and then moving to that next state?
Yep, exactly right. So that means that I can lend in the state that they're moving to.
Gotcha.
Or buying a second home in, perhaps.
Exactly.
Right.
My Florida people.
So, again, how long have you been doing this? And I guess what are some things that in the time that you have been a mortgage lender, you would give people for advice as far as when they go to see a lender?
The biggest thing is just ask questions. I've been doing this since 2001. And even when I was out of it for a little while, I also was still connected to it through the banking world. And I think the biggest thing that I hear consistently come out of people's mouths is, I have a stupid question, or I have a dumb question. And I think that at the end of the day, any question is relevant, whether you think it's small or large. You're thinking about it, and you need to ask the questions. But do your research also. You know, we're in the day of age right now of social media and different websites where you can look up people's customer service scores and just past customer service surveys. I would always tell people to do that, because at the end of the day, you can start to see the story behind what you're kind of get yourself into. And because you're making such a large transaction, at the end of the day,
no question stupid.
No question is stupid.
Right. And it's not a process that people go through all the time. And things definitely in the last 5 years have changed a lot in just the standards and everything, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, COVID changed our business a lot, right? Let's be honest. We kind of became detached from face-to-face, and everything was done via Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, whatever you want to call it, or virtually. And I just feel like the industry changed a lot when it came to that. We became much more digital, using apps. You know, and we kind of lost that face-to-face customer service interaction, which I believe that at the end of the day we need to have, because again, with having such a large transaction, I think there's a comfort level there when you are responsive and you're having that conversation face-to-face.
I'll tell you, like, I do know a lot of mortgage professionals that if someone wants to work with them, they're like, you need to fill out your application. I'm not even gonna have a conversation with you until you get on my app, submit all your pay stubs, and then I'll talk to you. And that's really hard for people.
That's quite a commitment.
Yes, it's quite a
now
commitment.
You know everything about me, and I don't know anything about you yet.
And I think there's a lot of vulnerability that comes with people providing all of that to you, isn't there, Bryan?
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of vulnerability. I mean, we're asking for personal information, right? Like they're passing over their social security number. You know, we have everything.
How much
that
do you make?
Yeah.
What do you weigh? Okay, you may not go that far, but
No, we do not take blood samples yet. But at the same time, there's a lot of vulnerability because at the end of the day, well, yeah, we are definitely getting all of their personal information. And in
And
a
it's
day
like,
and age,
am I good enough to get this money?
right. And, the biggest thing is like they're taking their time to fill out that application. And there are questions on that application that they have no idea the answer to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if we're not having that conversation and walking them through or being attentive to their needs, we're really just doing a disservice to them because, let's be honest, a lot of people sit on their couch and wonder if they can buy, right? It takes a lot for them to pick up the phone or click on an ad and fill out some information to see if they do or if they can qualify. And at the end of the day, let's just make sure that we can make them feel comfortable enough to fill out the application and have that conversation. And let's have the conversation first before we do the application.
Bryan Zutenhorst from Envoy Mortgage is our guest here on the Central Iowa Real Estate Scoreboard.